can always try to hug it out.
Yes.
Come here, big man. Come on.
Hug Strahd and see what happens.
I think Bjorn already did that.
Hug
He
Strahd
did.
and Spirit
Yeah,
Guardian.
didn't he have a candlelight meal with him? He was the meal, but it was still candlelight by fire, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like they're being chased.
It-
Didn't Strahd come and sit next to him or something? And then Bjorn tried to move up and away from him.
Yeah,
Like
we did.
chasing
Yeah,
each other around-
yeah.
chasing each other around the freaking sofa.
In Holland, we had this. What was it again? There we go. A TV program that was called Candlelight, and people could send in their poems, and like this deep voice would read them
Oh God!
What?
on national television. Yeah. Really? Yeah. So really,
That was fucking terrifying.
it was horrible.
I must have lived in France by that time.
I think so. Yeah.
Creepy.
Netherlands.
Yes.
I had a
Well,
poem
the
published.
Belgians have won over us with Jumbers, but
Oh,
that's a whole nother
Jumbers.
story.
Jumbers. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jumbers was.
Like this old school, like he looks a bit motor gangy. This
Yeah.
old guy, and
He talks like this, and he always visits sex dungeons to interview people.
During the day, she is Patricia, but at night, she is. Gefrixia, Queen of the Night.
yes.
But then in a Belgian accent. Overdag is zij Patricia, but s'nachts is zij Patricia, koningin van de nacht.
Begin van de nacht.
yeah, continental television, boys.
Yep. They
At
had,
least it's not Jimmy Savile.
We had Eurovision. That's about as much as we ever had, wasn't it?
that's as much continental as you ever had.
No, there was an actual TV show, Eurotrash. Did you guys
Oh,
have
it was
that over there?
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Yeah, we had Eurotrash, and it was all the stuff in Europe that was just quite literally trash.
Yeah, I've been on
Did you have
that.
that over there? Have you been on it?
Yeah,
And Eurotrash?
yeah, I've been on Eurotrash, Ash Trash.
That's trash. You are Eurotrash.
I know,
Looking you dead in the eye.
I know.
That's so mean.
Trash.
You still look to the side for me.
Hey, right? He does to me as well.
I feel attacked.
Trash.
And
You just-
suddenly Van Richten got struck with a bolt of lightning.
Again?
So you guys are in a Vistani camp. You just killed what looks like the leaders of this camp. There is a guy in the corner, and I will tell you that his name is Alexei. What do you do?
Godfrey, why did you kill that man? He was unarmed and tied up.
He was one
Why-
of Strahd's lackeys, I can sense it.
But that doesn't give you the right to kill an unarmed man.
It
What is
does.
wrong with you, man?
It does, and if you want to brawl it out right now, let's do fisticuffs.
I can do this all day.
Well, I can
Before
do
they
this all
start
day.
fighting.
I could do radiant damage.
Before they start fighting, is he dead or unconscious?
Well, the fact that, like, Sir Godfrey put a sword through his skull,
Yeah. He wasn't moving at the time.
all of them are dead except for this Alexei guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I was mistaken about who got killed. Okay. Yeah.
We captured one, and he was
Yeah.
unconscious, and I tied him up, and Godfrey then attacked him after I shouted at him to stop.
Before you two start fighting, shouldn't we ask this person here what's going on?
I'm more concerned if he can kill an armed man, what can he do to the rest of us?
He does
Wait.
kill evil,
But this man was unarmed.
but evil.
If I do a divine sense, what do I get off Godfrey?
A very foul smell.
You
What
you've
about the
done
guy-
this before.
What about the guy in the corner? I might well have, but Antarok. But Christ, I can't remember my name now. Bax has forgotten. A lot has happened since then. What about the
Yes.
guy? What about the guy in the corner?
Oh, it's quite a neutral smell. Bit chaotic, though.
Godfrey, don't you dare attack another unarmed man.
Don't tell me what to do! He remains where he's standing, giving you the evil eye.
You're cruising for a bruising.
I don't bruise easily, my son.
I start talking to the person next to me.
Are you all right? We're not here to hurt you.
I am alright, but why are you here? What happened?
Well, you tell us. Like, who are you? How are you part of this community?
I am Lexi, and I am not really part of this community, but I came with I know there is a group of Estani, and I came here to trade, and they just said I could not leave, and then they this guy who came here, and they just whipped him, and I didn't know what to do.
It's okay. It's okay. You are safe now. Which group of Fistani are you part of? Are you part of Madame Eva's?
And at the moment you say Madame Eva, like his face lights up, like, yes, is she here? Can I go back with her? I do not want to stay here. This is very terrifying.
You don't have to stay here, but Madame Eva knows us, and we will send you back on your way soon enough.
Or you can travel with us where it's safe.
He is not traveling with us.
Why? This man
He's
is clearly
Stani.
this man is clearly in need of aid. Who are we to send him off on his own?
I will heal the man, but he is not traveling with us. That is the end of the story.
That
Have you-
and we have a goal in mind we're not too far away from. I wouldn't
I-
want to
I-
take him with us there.
I wouldn't feel right leaving him to fend for himself. He's clearly. What does he look like, by the way? Does he look
No,
well built?
He
I d- I-
looks like a regular man, but very scared.
Do you think he'll survive on his own?
I'll heal his wounds. He'll make his way back to his camp soon enough.
He's not by himself. Don't forget that we also have houses here that have elves in. So he's not completely alone.
No.
But what about
Alexa,
this what about this
are
other?
there more of your group in this camp right now?
No, I am the only one. These people, I do not know, but they do not look like true Vistani. They say weird things like "Hallowed be the night," and I am scared.
All of them say this, or just a few?
But the ones I noticed in these parts, and I do say, I do not know who this old man behind you is healing, but I am quite well. I even feel bolstered with this healing that he gave me for some reason. I had the 3 hit points, and now I have the 10. It is very good, but still, I'm very scared. Please, I need an adult.
I turn and face the guy on the floor who had the fine coat that Trish took off. I give him a swift kick and tell him to get up. Get up! Charging you to look after this man.
The man, as you kick him, he is not responding.
Don't you not listen to me? I give him another swift kick. You get up and you get up and look after this man.
What precise
Thanks.
does Laura know about all this? About the people on the ground?
Well, Lorem knows that these people are Vistani, and they speak very highly of Strahd. Maybe not everyone in the circle, in the wagon circle, but the people in this tent, like the inner circle, like the true inner circle, they spoke very highly of Strahd.
Okay, so I say, if I may interject, it sounds like you people have some problems in this land. Can
What
you
prob-
explain to me what is going on?
Are you new here?
I've been here for about a year.
Then how can you not know what's going on?
Well, there's a lot of darkness.
We've been here for
Maybe
3 days.
Maybe Alexei can explain some things that even we don't know yet. Doesn't hurt to listen.
Alexei looks up and
hello?
says, "Yes, I'm sorry, I was just checking my Insta. But what's happening?"
Well, Lorem asked you a question about what's going on. Why are you having so many troubles?
Well, I came here, and I have to say that the camp looked very inviting, and I come here, and I see this man tied to a post. I ask him what did he do, and they say they lost one of their children, and they bullied me until I sat by the fire and was still. I came here just to trade. That's what we Vistani do. We buy something, we sell for a higher price. That's trade, right? But
Yes.
it is. I'm not sure I will get anything to trade from these people here right now.
Well, they don't have the necessity to keep their trade wares. You could just take a couple. You can take a cart and a horse that are right outside and go back to Madavevas.
Yeah, but there are also people inside the carts. I do not think they would let me leave.
Oh, there are still people there?
If you walk out with us, we will keep you safe so you can escape. Or at least to the edge of the camp.
We better leave.
If these people truly are Strahd worshippers, it might not be wise to leave them. Because for all we know, they could track us, they could follow us, they could ambush us.
Yes.
It might not be too wise to leave such a threat. We may have to exterminate the local
I
populace.
can say with certainty that they are, well, most of them are very much friends of Strahd.
And
Look
let's
around.
consider, I counted, let's say, 12 carts outside on my way in. So 2 people a cart, that's at least 24 people. You've killed how many heavybacks?
I don't know. I lost count after 5.
With me standing outside, do I see any of these other people that are here?
Well,
Because I did walk over and check the horses out and walk
Yeah.
back.
so you are checking like the horses, and you're keeping an eye on the carts, and you can tell that all the carts have at least one person inside it, maybe 3, 4, or 5. And you check, and like you see the windows on the side of the carts. The curtains move up a bit, and they are eyeing you with suspicion. But you and your party, just decimated their finest warriors. So even as they are brandishing their swords, and I'm talking like Sean Connery, they are not in a rush to attack you right now.
I have a plan.
Is it cunning?
Oh, you're going to like it.
Is it daring?
Oh, yeah. Bear with me.
Lay it on me.
I've even pulled my sleeves up. So I say, I've got this. Watch this. I pull out my sword and I walk over to one of the one of the leaders,
Good start.
and I take a really good hard swing and I lob off his head, as I seem to be collecting them. I then retrieve his head.
All right.
He's dead. So I then walk outside. I lift my sword up in the air and I use my channel divinity to make it glow with a bright light. And I say very loudly, worshippers of the night, heed my warning. I am a warrior of light. Come at us if you dare. And I hold up my sword and I hold up his head and meet his fate. And I wait to see what they do.
Intimidation check with advantage.
While he's doing this, I'm going to tap Lorem on the chest. We're not always like this. Sometimes we're good.
Deception check, Luke. Deception check.
25. Apparently, I'm quite intimidating.
Well, Bax, you are saying this with the head of what's his name again? Aragol.
Casualty number 5.
In your hand, and you see like the curtains of the carts. You can see closing.
Leave this place. Or face our wrath.
Bax, I have a question for you.
What?
What?
You wanted to interrogate the fighter, right?
Yes.
I may have... Wait, Alexei. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
Hang on a second.
I need protection because I think if I go outside, they will lynch me.
Seraphin, one thing at a time. Let's get rid of them first.
Well, no. I need to ask you this. Lorem, was it right?
Yes.
Would you mind escorting Alexei to just outside of the tent for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Just to guarantee his safety. Zach von Richten, get inside and close the tent for a second.
You realize I'm stood outside the tent, right? With a severed head in my hand.
You haven't
Yeah,
moved
I
your
asked
character
you
there?
back inside.
Go next to the campfire because you never move.
I throw the head towards out on the ground and I come back inside.
Okay, close the tent for a second. What I can do is I could change into Strahd and ask a couple of questions to their dead animated bodies. And they would answer me as if I were Strahd. We could get some valuable information here.
Is it worth that kind of power use?
Well, information is valuable.
These
are the people that work with him.
But then we've met a lot of people that work with Strahd. That's not to say they're going to have any valuable information.
If you're
Well,
going to do it, Seraphin, do it quickly. We need to leave.
Remember, the Vistani are the crucial members that helped Strahd into power. But I need 5 questions. Which ones
What
should
is your
I
favorite
ask?
color?
Your questions, I don't know what the questions will be.
What is the
Like-
capital of Assyria?
Right now, I'm a bit concerned that we are somewhat surrounded by enemies.
Well, we can grab
Interrogation.
his body then.
I think maybe this might be best done elsewhere. I say we continue to try and disperse these people, thus make it easier for us if there is a fight. Thus giving those two fine gentlemen, the finest chance of survival.
At our own cost, though.
Just a
We're
question.
not invincible.
Wait,
Given
one second.
as that
DM,
they're in... Sorry.
Sure, Karen.
DM, which one of the two seemed to be the like leader of the situation?
The one that doesn't have a head anymore.
Well,
Also, question to the DM. Given as that they're in a tent, can I possibly hear anything of what they're saying outside?
Give me a perception check, Lorem. You hear every word.
Let us take the body elsewhere. This is not the most safest of places for us.
Before we leave the tent, can I search for mountaineering equipment?
Well, that's
yes,
oddly
yes.
specific, but sure you
That's-
can.
That's what we came
that's
here
what we're-
for, though, isn't
yeah.
it? It's exactly. Crap, I always forgot. Does it
the
look like
the only requisite is that the corpse still has a mouth, so the head should suffice. If we just
Well-
bring it with us, we can ask it questions.
Well, it's currently outside, serving as a threat to those who may come and try and rush us.
So
Well,
why don't
we'll
we
take
just
it as we
grab
leave.
it now and take off while they're not attacking and while they're hiding in their cart.
But
Yes.
then the threat still remains. What happens if they decide to retaliate against us and follow us?
Fire.
Pardon?
Set their wagons on fire while they're still in it.
I'm all for senseless violence, but it would be quite difficult to do such a thing with there being so many.
There's 5 of us. If we did it all at once, it wouldn't be that hard.
Mr.
Well,
DM,
We can just leave and see what happens. If anything happens, we just let all hell break loose.
Seraphim, have you never seen one of those plays, those horror plays? You don't just leave and let things happen.
At this point, I kind of poke my head around the entrance of the tent and I state, there's no mountaineering equipment in this tent, but there might be some mountain equipment in the sodden house over there.
I say we intimidate and clear them off, giving us.
Also, apparently my HP is dropping. I don't know why.
Isn't that your wounds dropping?
no, I've healed you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he's also poisoned.
Yeah.
It's inversed, Alwyn. When
Yeah.
the wounds go down, you heal.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood.
All is good.
I believe our greatest chance is to disperse the crowd. Set fire to their wagons, slaughter them. Either way, these people cannot be left strong. And we must make haste to our destination.
Well, that is rather brash, Max. We don't know if these two men that we just killed were leaders that pressed the other Vistani against their will to do such things. They leave us alone right now. We could leave them as we leave.
I've seen too much. I have gone through too much in this place. I will not lose as another fallen comrade to such evil. These people have made their choice. They follow Strahd. They follow the devil. They deserve no mercy. I will not slaughter them mindlessly, but I will also not stand back and give them the opportunity to do it to me or to those who I call friends.
So then let's try.
Any of those who stay to fight will perish. Those who decide to leave will leave in peace.
We'll see ya.
That I can live with. That I can live with. We can send them away. That's
Can I-
actually a very good idea.
Would you mind if I go back to my campaign of terror? I felt like I had a roll on, but now I had to stop for this little tete.
I just cast my second form and then I walk outside,
What's your second form again?
turn into like a bat. With
I
my
go back.
everything. And
I
see
go-
just see the reaction on the already intimidated people.
And I will also mount Gary outside with my glowy sword, looking very menacing.
Do we still want to carry along Alexei?
No.
Well, I'd like to send him on his way safely.
Well, you and Alexei and Lorem, right?
Alexei, did you bring a horse or something?
Yes, it's right there.
And he just points to this horse.
If you wish, you can just leave. We're going to assure your safety as you do so.
No,
Okay, and he just like terror in his eyes. He jumps on the horse and just books it out of the area.
I'm gonna use message to, as he leaves, say, "The name is Seraphim. If you see Madame Eva, tell her what happened here."
He's just booking.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does
I
anyone
just
look
wanted
like
to know.
they're giving chase after him or trying to stop him?
Not at the moment.
Does it look like any of them are starting to be roused, gathering in groups?
Not yet, but it all depends on what you're saying right now.
I'm next to Suck outside, trying to look as menacing as I can on Gary, and next to what appears to be a bat person, I assume, or you're an actual bat.
Man bat.
Are you a bat, Joe, or you're a man bat?
I'm a man bat.
I am Batman.
Man
No, man bat.
I'll be Robin. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Legal.
So I'm going to walk off with Lorem. Go on, show me this mountaineering equipment you're talking about.
I grab the head and follow.
Suck it. What do you propose? We need you to disperse these people before they realize they outnumber us.
I was still waiting to see if they were shocked enough by my form to just run away.
Well, as you
that's the
guys
wrong house.
are talking, you can definitely tell that people around you are brandishing weapons.
Where's the closest one to me?
The closest one to you is right to the north.
Can you pick me out there next to Suck it? Sorry. I forgot we're on a map. I thought we were doing this in the mind.
No.
If you pick me next to Suck it, I start making my way on Gary towards these two.
Making my way downtown to Gary.
Moving fast, like a
with the
fast
blood.
on Gary.
DM, did we add... Oh, sorry.
With the blood of their leader dripping from my sword. Bear in mind, it is glowing like bright hot at this point. I just want to see what they do. We'll see if they run.
Well, you can tell that this... I'll take everybody's movement here. You can tell that this cart that you are standing in front of is brandished better than the other. It looks gilded. What do you do?
Can I have my movement because I went to the wrong house?
That depends on...
Oh, my movement didn't go through. I went to the same place. I thought it was the western house as well.
Just as a side bit, you realize you three are walking past people that are surrounding us, right? Or brandishing weapons. And you've literally all just like sullied right past them.
Yeah, the Vistani are scared of Ombrickton.
And it's better.
Get out of my way, boy!
It's better to not be surrounded.
Suck it. You take the half on the right. I'll take the half on the left.
That leaves nothing for me, but okay.
Godfrey, you can have whatever's left.
Straight down the middle.
DM? If it at any moment seems like a fight is going to go down, I will immediately cast Minute Meteors.
Well,
Branching weapons. What do you think is going to happen? He just literally said to us they all look like they're branching weapons.
they're
Yeah, and-
brandishing weapons, and
We
everybody
getting stranded.
Yeah, it could have been completely avoided.
roll
How?
for
Just-
initiative.
Sorry. How can it be avoided? We have just murdered
Toby.
their leaders, and
As you see,
You know.
as you see, we walked out of it. That's how we avoided it.
I tried to
bef-
intimidate
before,
them.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
before
I
they
tried.
put them stood the cards.
I tried to intimidate them to get them all to run away. At which point, we then stopped to have a conversation. I tried my best to avoid the fight.
You really did.
Yes, I really
You
did.
actually didn't.
You really did. You went out there for
just
it.
had walked away.
DM, did I not try?
You tried.
And intimidate them away. At which point, I had to stop to come back in to have a conversation. Did that not
But
kill the
Toby-
momentum I had to get rid of them?
Yep.
Thank you. I did. I did try.
Uh,
I will not have said that I did not try.
So roll for initiative.
I already have.
Yep.
Did everybody roll for initiative?
the DM did say so, but I will do now.
He did.
DM, may I cast the minute meteors like at the top of the round?
Well, there is one problem with your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the picture I sent you of this Vistani camp?
Yes.
The tent is up a hill. You are down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
You do not really see what's happening on top of the hill.
Okay. That's fair.
All right. Round one. Lorem, what do you do?
I just basically shout, "Oh, for God's sake, not again!" And I start running up the hill.
Oh, one has a sexy goatee.
And that will be my round for now.
All right. This dumpy looking dude. Oh shit, I forgot that this is very annoying for me as a GM. This dude runs down. I'm not drunk. Runs down and uses his light crossbow to attack at disadvantage because he is very close to Lorem. Misses. Next up is this dude who moves behind the cart and down south. Also uses his light crossbow to attack Lorem. Lorem dodges everything in sight. Humanoid 5 jumps out of the cart and tries to attack Bax with his scimitar. Misses. This dude has a sexy goatee.
That's going to be the first thing that comes off.
Moves down, tries to use his crossbow at Rudolph. Misses. This guy moves up, tries his scimitar at King Zuck. Also misses. Blocked by armor. This dude runs out of the cart and tries his luck on Sir Godfrey. Hits and right in his eye, max damage.
Get right, noob.
This dude jumps out, runs towards Bax, has a little bit of flanking bonus. Hits your armor, Bax.
Pachoo.
Patoo!
I'm trying to find it before it's my turn.
This dude runs up, tries to attack Sir Godfrey. Sir Godfrey dodges. Seraphim, what do you do?
Under the assumption that those wagons are their home and their life, I'm going to cast Melf's Minute Meteors on myself, which gives me 6 meteors, if I remember correctly. Yep. And I'm going to send 2 of them to the to these 2 carts and set them on fire under the assumption that it might be distracting them from the fight. Like they would maybe prioritize saving their homes over immediately killing us.
All right.
And wait, that's 3rd level. Take it off. And what's the distance here? 35 feet. I'm going to move about 15 feet here to the back again.
Yeah,
And I'm
just
going to shout
remember
out
that it's 30 feet, like it's Pythagoras.
Oh, because it's diagonal. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to shout,
Elves, if you wish to be rid of these oppressors, help us.
and I'm going to pass my turn.
All right.
Multi-dimensional handball.
Multi-dimensional. Was it?
Turn up our mustache. Fuck.
Wait, which one is it? There's so many.
He's at the bottom. Next to the cart on the left.
Multi-dimensional. This one. Multi-dimensional handlebar mustache runs down towards Warren and tries his scimitar attack. Hits and does slashing damage, which is max damage. This guy he has wistful legwork. I know. Runs down and uses his light crossbow at Von Richten. Hits and does 1d8 plus 1 piercing damage. This dude runs up and tries to attack Sir Godfrey. Misses. Rudolph, what do you do?
First, as my bonus action, I'm going to summon a lovely spiritual weapon at level 3. So.
Oh my god, you must love this.
Oh, yes. Because it's going to hit Dumpy and Sexy Goatee. Well done. If I just roll that shite.
You must make
did you?
it successful.
DC 10 plus your level con save or receive disadvantage for your next attack.
So a con save. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
What level are you again? 9.
Yes. Go. Damn.
It is a no.
So I don't even get that first hit then.
Well, you missed the hit, but the thing
Well,
is,
no, because I did it against 2 because I still get to hit sexy goatee. So sexy goatee.
Oh, damn, son.
and all of a
And that
sudden,
was my
like,
bonus action. So it's my normal action against Dumpy, which I'm going to have to roll at disadvantage, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a lovely guiding bolt.
Still
It
hits.
still hits him. Boom! Have that bitch.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
he deaded.
Zuck. If you're trying to talk, you're muted.
I'm attacking bandit number 14.
Alright, lay it on me.
I think that's what it is.
Or him.
We don't gender us in.
Lay it on them.
When I click on my when I click on my thing to do the action, it pops up with like I'm editing thing.
Your battle axe?
Yeah,
Have you accidentally entered the edit?
No, I just checked, but every time I hit the little hourglass, well, the little magnifying glass thing.
No,
Yeah.
you want to hit the actual attack button, buddy. Once you do that, it has the action that pops down underneath it.
Boom!
Oh, damn!
Boom!
Nice, Joe.
Yay!
And for intimidation purposes in the fight for the rest of the encounter.
Very nice.
Nice.
Wow. That was the point of it.
Hold on a sec.
You slap him with the side of your battle axe on the face. Give me your damage. It's like a bitch slap.
You're going to take his head clean off there, aren't you?
Indeed you do.
That's a killer bitch
Damn,
slap.
son.
Comes flying off and smacks bandit number 27 in the face.
Right. And then, let's see,
And then...
No, and then.
I just tried to,
You want one?
intimidate the rest of the group to, try to run away.
Right, give me an intimidation check with advantage and tell me what you say.
You're muted.
He's not, he's thinking.
No, it's just thinking.
And that was with advantage too. I just say you all don't have to die here.
16 is good.
I could imagine it with like the axe up in the air with the blood dripping off it. Just go.
I guess we'll have to wait until each of them have their turns, see what they do.
That's your
Yeah.
turn, and this dude. Wait. He has a second attack that he tries again. Hits.
Operation Meat Shield's under effect.
And he kills one of them outright.
Nice.
And you see, as you're yelling this out, Zucket, you see most of them just looking and one by one dropping their weapons and running away.
Didn't even get to kill anyone.
Making the life of the DM a bit easier there.
Indeed, Rooney.
Oh, Bax, I was more interested in checking out this gilded cart.
Oh, hang on, let's see if any of them stay behind first, shall we?
All right. Bax.
The ones that still remaining, still got holding weapons.
Yeah.
Then I will, as I'm still on Gary, I'll move up to the unknown humanoid, and I will attempt to relieve him of his head. Guessing a 26 will hit.
That hits. And kills him. No, it doesn't.
No, he's still. Oh, don't worry, I'll come around again. Another 24, and we'll attempt to kill him with that one.
Oh no, this one's a lot harder.
He's still standing after that.
Yeah, right?
He's
Wow.
still standing.
Right. Okay. I just stare him down like he has my full attention.
Right.
That's my turn.
This dude just runs away. And now it's the dude in front of you. He uses his scimitar against you.
Ooh.
That hits!
You sound so excited. I've hit him!
Indeed.
He can bleed!
Tries again on the upswing. Misses.
You made me bleed my own
Trish
blood.
is not here today. Lorem, what do you do?
I rush forward into the camp for as far as I can, and on the top of my lung I start shouting, "Listen to me! I've lived amongst you for a year. Yes, I've lost a child. I will get her back. Please stop this madness."
Alright, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Seraphim, what do you do?
Well, I was wondering, what is the effect of me setting those bottom two carts on fire? Are there people in there?
As far as you can tell, there are no people in there because they are on fire. Well, there were people in there, and they just bolted.
Yeah. Okay. I am... Like, from my position, I don't see any more people, right?
No.
Besides the party. Okay. I am going to... I imagine I would be able to do 40 feet then, if it's like on a diagonal and I dash?
50, basically.
Okay. No, that's 55.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see what is up on the hill. That's my turn.
Rudy's gonna go the other way. I'm gonna dash downwards, and that'll be my turn.
Mm-hmm. Zakaruni, you're muted.
Does he still look like he has his whole intention on staying
He
and fighting?
looks like he is in a fighting brawl state.
Target him, tap my pick at my battle axe.
He dodges your battle axe.
And then I try again,
Dodges again.
and I just quit. Oh,
I just quit.
Sir Godfrey just pushes past you and attacks this Deuteruni with advantage.
Oh. Wow, Godfrey.
Tries again.
Wow.
Right, Sir Godfrey.
That's a 1 and a 2.
Turn the tide. Just- let's see.
He has this.
Oh wow, he dropped a natural 1 on the previous one with the
Yeah.
natural 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You know what?
Yes.
Godfrey suck.
wow.
I just want to test something. If I roll here, do I get advantage? Yeah, I do. Well. Next up is Bax. You get advantage even if you do not tick the advantage box.
Okay, then I will continue to try and hit him. Which is that button.
That hits.
I will try and relieve him of his head again.
You and me, baby. You and me.
That's how it's done.
And you slice his neck and shoulders clean in twain. His
As
head
I
and
do
shoulders. And
I do that, I want to look at
back.
Suck. As I'm swinging
Please still be
around,
clean.
I'm not even looking at the slice, and I'm just looking at Suck and said, "Do you smell burning horse?" Oh, the 2 carts at the bottom are on fire, and there's horses tied
Yes.
up. Curious. I'm just
know.
asking Suck if he can smell burning horse. Like, I wasn't even looking at slicing that guy's head off. I was like,
I want to take a look into the card if there's anyone in there.
you look in the cart and there's nobody in there.
I go in to search for valuables and clothes.
and I'll search the pockets of the person that I've just decapitated in front of me.
And I'll search the house to the south.
Then I'll see if I can rescue some of the horses.
The card is on fire. That doesn't mean that like
The horses
the
are tied
horses
to
that
my-
are standing 10 feet away are like on fire as
No.
well.
But
They're not. they're
nonetheless, I'm cutting them loose and then scaring them off a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Indeed.
Fried stone cowboy.
Down, down. So,
Also, I try to keep at least one of the horses near me so I can use it as a traveling device.
As
wow.
always.
Device. Wow. Wow.
What
You
sex games?
just called a horse a device. Wow. Wow.
It's an apparatus.
Hey,
That's
they
horses.
bite me all the time. I don't like horses. Well, I like them, but not up
Well,
close.
the common denominator there is you. So,
Wow. Jesus, man, that is hard.
That's sharp.
Wow. Lorem is not a bad guy, right? We've only just met him. Give him a chance.
he's not a bad guy, but horses don't like him.
He's still bleeding from his back from the whipping.
Anyway, one inspiration for the DM.
Booyah!
Oh, don't give him inspiration.
Yes, he did.
No, no,
he
no,
just
no.
did. I have one inspiration.
That's very dangerous.
I know. I have one inspiration right now. I will write it down.
Can I use one of my inspiration to take away your inspiration?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
DM,
Yeah.
Sebas, now that you say this, did you listen to the Glass Cannon Star Wars game?
No, I didn't. Yet.
Apparently, the Star Wars tabletop has a mechanic where you have like a pool of inspiration as a party, but as you use it, like the pool shrinks, but the pool goes to the DM, and when the DM uses it, you get it back. So there's like always like 5 inspiration or something. When we use it, you get it, and you can use it, and then we get it back. It was kind of neat.
Nice. Well,
Sounds like a
until
good
we
mechanic.
use this, I just did a little yellow marker on my screen that says 1 insp for DM. Thank you, Lauren.
Don't thank me now.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
You'll regret that.
Yeah, we'll
DM.
be thanking you later when he saves.
What's in the cart?
What's in the cart?
What's in the pockets of the dead body as well?
To the box.
The pockets of the dead bodies, it's like playing cards, trinkets, nothing really of value. But Seraphim, you are standing in front of a cart.
Yep.
And basically it has like the necessities. It has a stove, some herbs, a bit of meat, but nothing really important.
Could I find like clothing from? It's gonna be sound a bit creepy, but could I find some clothing from the lady of the house, so to say?
The lady of the cart,
Yes.
you're looking around and it's all silken clothing, very brightly colored.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's your goal here?
I wanna expand my sets of clothing that I use from time to time.
Well, in that case, you find a colorful dress and male clothing, like a pants and a very colorful shirt.
What did you say? What kind of shirt?
A colorful shirt.
Oh yeah.
Shall we head down and see if they find any clothes that we can use? Suck it.
Yeah, I want to check out this cart first.
Well, this
What
cart
did I find in the house?
is like. I'll get to you in a moment.
Fuck you.
I know. But two iron padlocks secure the door of this barrel-top wagon. Zucket.
Break it open, suck it.
Yep. Try to smash the lock. The lock.
Alright. Give me an attack roll. You try to smash it with your weapon and it just misses it.
I'll try and swing down and help him.
Alright.
In the meanwhile, I'll set fire to this wagon as well, and this wagon.
Like, both of you just keep swinging as Seraphim is just bolting fireballs like
No, meteors.
meteors. And you're just trying to hit these locks and missing.
Wait, suck it. Let me just. Can I check his pockets again and see if he has a key?
Whose pockets are you checking?
The guys whose head I took off at the front of the wagon.
Sure, you can certainly try.
Do you want me to row for it or?
Well, you are checking Aragol's pockets.
If that's his name.
Well, I'll show you his head.
He was in. Oh no, the guy.
Ooh.
The guy at the front.
And it came out of the cart.
The unnamed humanoid.
Oh, his face. Yeah, sure.
The guy who looked like he was guarding the trunk that we're trying to break into.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't fight in the fight.
Well, give me a perception check.
Perception check would be that one. Would be a crap roll. Yeah.
Well, you're checking his body and you're looking at the door and you're like, I don't remember him coming out of the door.
Oh, he must have a key on him. Suck. Help me look.
Where did...
Like that guy who was right here in front of the cart.
Godfrey,
DM, do you mean
let
to
me
say
your eyes.
that he did not come out of the cart?
He didn't come out of this cart.
So
What
the
was- Was
But
there
he-
someone that did come out of it?
No,
No, but he was the one that was sat on the cart.
he was
he
didn't
sitting
abandon it,
on the
which makes-
cart, but he didn't get out of the cart.
Oh no, I think Joe thought he got out of the cart. I'm
take a-
assuming that he is the guard of the cart, so it makes sense that he has the key for the padlock.
Can I see if there's anyone inside from the window?
The windows are like, you check these windows and you look around at the other carts, even the
Mhm.
ones that are burning right now. These windows have iron bars blocking any entrance. And as you look around to the other carts, all of them are just like run-of-the-mill glass windows.
Mm-hmm.
Though this one has iron bars.
The door that the padlock's on, can I see the hinges? Are the hinges on the inside or the outside?
Inside.
I can try and break in if you want, Bax.
How? This padlock is made of stern stuff.
Well, I know a guy who can.
And I change. Like you guys have seen this face before. I change, but you don't know who this is. But I change into a guy that I knew back from the castle where I worked, and I used to, like, he was hired sometimes to do like shady stuff. So I go towards the door. I grab my thieving tools that I have in my inventory,
Mm-hmm.
and because if I take over the face basically of someone that has proficiency with those tools, I can use that proficiency. So it's gonna be this roll +3, a 23.
So that's a dirty 20.
I think Sucker was also looking in the body as for a key.
No, I walked away.
You opened one of the locks, but as you're checking, there's another lock. There's one lock above and one lock below.
Can I also investigate for traps?
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
10.
It doesn't look trapped.
Suck it, get back here and help. Look for a
Um,
key.
In the meanwhile, I'll try my hand at the second lock.
All right.
That's a 19.
Well, Seraphim, you wiggle this lock and you feel like a prick.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
You take, like, you prick, but you are fast enough to just take your thumb away, suck it, spit on the ground.
It seems it was trapped with a poison, maybe of some kind.
Did it open though?
The door.
It's a 19.
Yeah, the door just opens just a bit. Like, you can tell that both locks have been unlocked, and you can just enter this door.
Seraphim,
Wow.
stand back.
This was my part.
I change back into Seraphim
Mm-hmm.
and put my thieves' tools away.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, big man.
Suck
Show
it.
them what you got.
Suck it. After you. Come, suck it.
Push through the door.
That's the front, suck it. The door's on the side.
Or is we're all standing in front.
Sucker, you run through the cart and exit at the back. Phew!
He
Just a
he
suck
time
it, check.
phases.
Move back and try again.
Missy step.
And you
What
see...
is Sucker doing?
Fuck, no. He keeps putting down his movement.
Wasn't me.
You see a lot of items inside this wagon. You see gold pieces, you see electrum pieces, you see a jeweler box, you see more jewelry scattered around the floor. You see a potion. You see a rolled up rug. You see purple potions, about 12 of them. And at the back of the cart, you see a wooden throne. What do you do?
I go sit on the throne.
It's just natural.
Honey, I'm home.
And for that, you get another inspiration.
It's like a cat with a cardboard box. He sees a throne, he just sits on it.
Indeed.
And
Someone
I just
asked
yell
him.
out the door. There's plenty of gold in here.
Can I reach in and pull out the rug,
Sure.
please?
You take out the rug, and as you take it out and you roll it a bit, you see a horse with a unicorn on it. You roll it further, and it is a rolled up 10-foot square rug with an exquisite unicorn motif.
Looks expensive.
Oh, this has made my day.
All right, Brony.
Just
I,
an idea. We could easily take the cart. The whole thing, you know.
We could hitch Gary up to it. In fact, didn't you say that you found a cart down the bottom with supplies in and basic living? What is it that Lorem said? Devices in them?
I think he meant the house.
No, but the cart. We could take the cart with us that has the stove and the cooking stuff and the meat and the supplies, and we
Yeah,
could take
well,
this cart. We have plenty of horses. We'll have a treasury. We could even have a convoy. We could have a making of a convoy here.
Exactly.
I mean, Rubber Ducky.
I think that's an excellent idea. We'd have a nice place to sleep for everyone that could be maintained in warmth. It's a house on wheels, really.
Sounds like a plan.
Are they big enough to like stay inside?
Well,
Obviously this one's a bit cramped, full of thrones and gold and stuff. What about the others? Are they the ones that aren't currently on fire?
they literally live in it.
They're like Romani gypsies, basically.
Yeah.
So they've got like
So
their own little caravans.
why
and
don't
that.
we all? Why don't we just take as many as we can?
Well, maybe like
Von Richten has a cart. If we take like one or two in addition, that's more than enough. We don't want to attract more attention than that. We don't really need more than that, do we?
No?
Burn the rest.
Oh, I was working on that.
Let's say we reserve. So we have von Richten's card. We take one extra like living card and the
Which is
treasury.
the one
card,
with
right?
the one with the stove and the meat and stuff, and then this treasury one. We
Remember,
take.
my
so-
cart also has a tiger in it, so
We'll take.
Yeah, but still.
We'll take some horses and hitch them up to both sets of carts that we're taking. Thus, Gary and Zuckid's fine steed, which he hasn't actually told us the name. What is your name of your steed, Zuckid?
Well, we can
Horse.
take the horses.
Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is, if we take some of their horses, so that way we don't use Gary and Horse, who's actually Casper, if I remember right, 'cause covered up
Yeah.
with the sheep.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. We mean the same thing.
We
So
don't-
we take
we
their
don't-
horses, and your horses are like free to do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then we
okay,
we
so-
let the rest of the horses go, so that there's no way that they could regroup and come after us.
Yep.
There's nobody left to regroup, but
No, well, you said a load of them ran away, so
Right, they
there
only
are.
ran away. There's no.
It only takes one courageous person to stop and say, "Wait, what are we running for? There's more of us,"
right.
and then
or
for them to come back.
happen.
Should we do like a quick investigation of the rest of the cards before we set them on fire? Is that like...
Yes, I would just like to have another quick look in here and see if there's anything
Is
that
Rudolph
might
just standing by the door waiting to go in?
benefit me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as you're checking these cards, Rudolph and Lorem, you are greeted by two guards, and these guards do not look Vistani. They look elven. What do you want?
Well, what do they say as we're walking up them? And they're just hearing the big ruckus up the hill.
Yeah.
Well, like,
D-
they are not giving any attention to the big rockets up the hill, and they ask you face to face, "What do you want?"
Well, I step up, walk to the first guard, and go, "Hello. I seem to remember there being some climbing gear inside of here. Maybe could we perchance take a look?"
What would make me let you enter?
I mean, we've just rid the whole area of the Vistani. You don't have to hide away now.
Yeah, I'm
And
a bit
he
sour about
just
that.
moves around the cart and looks back, and like smoke plumes are billowing from like the tents and most of the carts. And he moves back and says, "Quite, yes. Remain here." Moves inside, moves. You hear some.
Are they
And-
speaking Elvish?
They are.
No, it's a legit question because I can understand Elvish.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Can I understand them?
Yeah. You two can hear, like, they fucking murdered everybody. Did they really? Yeah, like there's smoke and everything coming from the top of the hill. I want to meet them.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll send them in.
I can
And
tell.
the guy moves back outside and says, "You think the big man wants to meet you?"
The big man. Who is the big man?
You take point, whoever you are.
Let's not reveal my name just yet. Let's see who this big man actually is. And I walk inside.
Right, I'll call you weird beard guy then.
But Rudolph doesn't have a beard.
He has a goatee. Like, as you're standing quietly in front of the house, like you can see it's bathed in the warm light of its lanterns. And two sullen grey cloaks, figures, their angular features black and flowing hair, half hidden under the cowls. And if you enter this area, you are greeted by a man.
What does this man look like?
Well, I'll show you
Oh.
what this man looks like. He looks exactly like the man on the left.
Hello.
Ah, but the man on the right in that picture is Isaac.
Yeah,
Is this a relation to Isaac?
you don't know.
But is there a resemblance between them?
Give me a history check.
Boom! Suck it.
Freaking damn it. Yes, they look like they are siblings.
That's neat.
Well, My good man, you look like someone familiar.
Probably my brother. He was a guard in Valaki. I'm sure you have seen him before.
Yes, of course, a very, very powerful man. We was good friends. I
Were
did a
you
lot
now?
of plays for him. Yes.
He never mentioned you. One moment.
How did he not mention Rictavio? The great bard of
That is your
Valaki.
name.
Yes, of course, I'm
Well,
Rictavio. You've heard of me, haven't you? Yes.
No, I haven't, but nice to make your acquaintance. I am Laura.
I feel madly offended, Lorem, after I've just saved you, but anyway.
I had everything under control.
Of course you
Anyway,
did.
nice person in front of us.
So, my good sir, we are going up Mount Gakis, and we would require some mountaineering equipment. We was told that lovely people, elves to the south, would be able to hook us up, so to say.
it's just you two.
No, there's the
Actually,
rest
I
of our
don't
party.
Party, you say?
Really know them.
How many?
Just let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us, yes. And a tiger, if you have a lovely warm coat for him.
Just to reiterate, I just met them. I was being flogged and they interrupted.
How rude.
I don't know what your views are on slavery and the kind, but
It wasn't slavery. I lost a child. They punished me.
we'll talk more about that later. We're doing a trade at the moment, Lauren. And just maybe not, just shush.
H, you tell me. Well, if you're going up the mountain, which mountain are you going up?
Mount Gakis.
You say 8. But right now you have 9. I will accompany you on this mountain. The
Why would we
reasons
do that?
are my own. It is a simple trade. You get the clothing and I get to tag along with you, as they say.
Ah, grand. 2 new friends in one day.
Tagging, no deal.
You have an accord, sir.
Thus,
You may join us, but yes, but he takes his own cart and he follows us along. He doesn't come with us, so to speak.
You two speak for your party?
I am not one of them. I just met them. I am
Let's
trying to
just-
enlist their help,
So
but
that
they
is a
were not-
no, Mr.
It is definitely a no,
Newman.
because technically it is not my party. It's just a group of adventurers that I've met recently, and we're kind of all against, the big evil guy up the mountain. But
Is there an evil guy up the mountain?
Well, in that case,
well,
I
in
think
your
you
Ravenloft,
should
of course.
ask them what they want, and if they are, well, as they say, I do not know the word, but if they are, well, if they want to take this deal,
I'm going to push open the door slightly to one of the gods. Hey, fellow, just go fetch our friends up there. They might be a bit feisty at the moment because they've just had a fight, so just be quite careful with them. Just tell them that Von Richten said them and tell them to come here. Okay?
Oh, he
Good
just
fellow?
gave his
Yes.
name.
he moves back and looks around the corner at this unknown humanoid, and the unknown humanoid tosses his head, and the guard just runs dashes and says, Von Richten sent me, Von Richten sent me. Back to you guys, Lorem and Rictavio. And the guy says to you, it is quite a bad thing to start negotiations with a lie.
It's not
Wouldn't
a
you
lie. That was
say?
the lie.
Rictavio or Rudolph.
Well, I'm not
I am
Rudolph, of course.
confused. Who is he?
But I am confused as well.
Let's
Who is
just
this
say it's a
man?
nice little lie to tell. I actually know Von Richten. He's a very good fellow. Have you heard his stories? I mean, he
No.
talks to me all the time, but he says I can use his name whenever I need to intimidate a person, you know?
I am quite aghast with this.
I believe
Do
it.
tell the truth, or you will not leave this cabin alive.
Well, my friend, if you really think that my name is Von Richten, then it is you that would not leave this cabin alive.
Maybe not start with murdering the guy that was friendly enough to invite us in.
Invite us
Yes.
in, but then invite us in onto our journey.
Rudolph.
Yes.
Lorem. You see that this man is gearing up to attack Rudolph. What do you do?
I move in between, just standing there going, hands on the chests of both person going, please, 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 calm down. I am certain the other people of this party can actually rectify what is going to happen next.
Lorem, give me a persuasion check.
Why does everyone have?
Have one of my inspirations for advantage?
Sure.
Everyone
He
has
doesn't need it, but
conversations
yeah,
to the
have-
death in this
He-
game. Like, why?
He doesn't need it, but you said he would get it, so give
Yeah,
it to
so
him.
I'm using.
Do it, though. If
I,
that's the way they choose it, then
I'll roll another dice then.
Yeah, but you didn't need it.
No.
All right. So this dude is looking at you, Lorem, and says, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's wait until the others are here, but rest assured, I will have my eye on this man
This is
behind you.
I am very thankful for this, sir. Is there perchance a place that we can calmly sit down and enjoy perhaps a cup of tea or something stronger?
I do not know this tea that you are speaking of, but there is a place, and he takes off, like he slides to the side a curtain, and you see a table with a few chairs around, and he says, come join me.
Does he sit on the one end of the table?
Yep.
Can I sit at the other end?
Oh, why do you do
Just
this?
stare him down. No, you'll like this, because I'm going to clear it up now. So, my good sir, you know that the name Von Richten holds weight.
I do
cannot just
not
reveal
know.
it to
I have
everyone.
never heard this name before.
Evidently so, but many people have. And many people would want me dead.
Well, count me one of them at the moment.
Exactly. It's not something that I can just give out. Trust has to be earned.
But that goes both ways.
Indeed,
Exactly,
as your
I'm
friend
just
says,
merely-
it goes both ways.
Truly, but most of the time that when I give trust out to other people, it doesn't mean I'm about to murder them.
I have seen differently up until this point, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt in this.
I am quite confused with what your friend or your companion is saying. Are you not trustworthy, Mr. Rudolph?
I'm a doctor and a physician, sir. I'm very trustworthy. It's just the Vistani do not trust me. And you seem to be holding them invited to your lands.
As you say the Vistani are not trustworthy, his whole demeanor changes. Like, he was very hostile to you, and the moment you say the Vistani is not to be trusted, he is like a weight, a tension leaves his body, and he's like, no, the Vistani are not to be trusted, but how do you know? What have they done to you?
They've taken my son. And I just look at Lorem, I'm guessing the same happened to you.
Not really. I got lost in these lands, and the Vistani were kind enough to take me in. And as I was watching their children, one of them got lost somehow. That's why I was being flogged.
The Vistani are oh, fucking, I can't get my words out. Very mysterious people.
This, I think, is absolutely true. I was never allowed in the inner camp, for starters. The first time I saw the damn tent on the inside was when I was being flogged.
Well, to the man across the table sitting upon me, I say to this, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, is it not?
With
I'm sorry we got off on the wrong
certain-
foot.
Indeed, with certain reservations, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But who is your enemy?
The Vistani, and of course, and I look around, Strahd von Zarovich.
As you're saying this, indeed, this Strahd von Zarovich he is everyone's enemy.
His voice has a strange ring to it.
Whose
Like a
voice?
clamor or a sound. His
He's
name-
everyone's enemy, except for the Vistani.
Well, they did seem to have a great respect for him.
Do you know what the Count did to me and my people?
No, but I'd very much want to learn that. Have they subjugated you, sir?
He sent one of his elves to us, accompanied with a large contingent of men. They slaughtered every woman and child in this camp and left. There was one that they call Rahadin, who oversaw the murdering. This was
Yes.
ages ago, centuries ago. They killed every woman we had in our camp. And Rahadin said that it was something we had to endure. He said that they killed our woman so we would feel our betrayal for eternity.
Pray tell me, what is it you did that this kind of horrible treatment was to be your lot?
I think I know. Perchance was this woman that was murdered one of the incarnations of Tatiana.
You speak in riddles. Incarnation Tatiana, we don't know this name. But as he turns to Lorm, he says, he murdered all of our women. All of them. To the last one, and the children too.
This is simply an outrage.
I know.
I pledge to you that I will find this Strahd and personally take vengeance upon him. Is there any way you know that we can actually kill him?
Well, many have tried, and all have failed, but I think that maybe if you would escort me, we might find answers at the top of the mountain.
What are you looking
will
for at the
follow.
mountain?
He has taken my sister. It is the last of her kind that has survived. She is being kept somewhere in the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft.
I have done studies, and I'm sure that there is a temple at the top of the mountain that I can barter for her life. Make her whole again.
What are you bartering?
That, my friend, and I call you my friend because I have no other name for you.
Call me Rudolph.
Well,
Or
that,
Doctor.
that my Dr. Rudolph friend person. I do not know. I do not know what I will barter for. And maybe I have to fight for her life. But rest assured, her life I will win by bartering or fighting. I do not care.
If it is a fight, I will help. If I don't like the price you are bargaining with, we'll see what happens at that point.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Lorem, was it?
Yes.
Lorem. And there is one thing that makes the trek up the mountain very dangerous. There is an animal, a beast of great size that protects the mountain pass. Apart from the cold, and as he says cold, he touches his own hand like this. Apart from the cold, there is a beast that kills any who venture up the mountain.
Do you know what type of beast this is?
No. I know it is large, and from the settlements around I've heard that it kills the livestock.
Well, the bigger they are, the harder they seem to fall down.
Yes, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen with my own eyes, the bigger they are, the harder this beast makes them fall.
So Sakat is out of the question.
Well, you should bring 10 of them.
Are there any reinforcements you can offer us to bring this beast down?
No. I do not think that any of them are capable of fighting. And he leans in a bit. They look like guards, but they have no fighting spirit. They have been broken long ago. I am the only one that has a semblance of fighting spirit.
I'm guessing a family trait, seeing your brother in action.
Quite. How is my
Well,
brother, by the way? I have not seen him for quite a while.
Might have some bad news on that one, but that might be left to a later time, sir.
The bad news, please. Tell me.
I'm afraid Strahd von Zarevich sent a few vampire spawn to the town of Valaki during the festival. No, before the festival, should I say. Or did he die in the festival?
He died at the end of the festival.
During the festival of the Blazing Sun. Let's just say he didn't make it out alive.
Quite. Who killed him?
God number 4?
I'm quite
No,
perturbed.
silly didn't.
The guards do not kill their own by chance. Are you sure you are being very truthful to me now?
Was it a vampire spawn or was it...
He was
the silly that killed
always a very fighting man. And I am sure his dream was dying by the sword, but I would at least like to know that he died by a good man or a woman and not an evil hellspawn.
Was he the leader of the guards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died in that fight.
I know he died, but who killed him?
Oh, I can't remember. Did
I
Trish
do.
kill him?
No.
Was it one of us?
Yet.
But why? I don't remember. Did we kill one of them?
Why did we kill Isaac?
No, didn't we part ways at the end of the vampire spawn fight and we saw him again another time?
No. You killed him outright. And by you, I mean you.
Yes.
I killed him?
Yep.
Seraphim killed.
Seraphim
Why did
killed
I kill
Isaac
him? I don't remember.
because he was protecting the Baron, and the Baron was one-shotted by Trish. And
He
Trish,
stepped in the way, didn't he?
Oh, when
And
shit
then
went down on the
yeah,
yeah.
When you had all the mobs, the mobs around, like
Yep.
the crowd, why
the writing crowd. Yeah.
he got in the way of the fight, and you took him out.
Well, everyone get your inspiration ready for me. Sorry, sir, but I do not know the name of the person that killed your brother.
Oh yeah,
There's
he
a lot
won.
going on.
Deception check.
But Van Richten wouldn't know.
He was there. He
was
He
there.
turned up.
Oh yeah, as Rictavio, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you
sorry.
came in during the fight, not at the beginning of the fight, and they died like in the first opening round.
Yeah, but he's seen the party God knows how many different times, so he would have come up.
Yeah,
By
okay.
this point.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when you kill everyone outright.
Yes.
Yeah, you weren't there at that time. That was chaos.
I listened to it.
He rolled less than Eunice says. Quite. I am sure he died a valiant death.
That he did. So, brother of Isaac, do you have a name? To trust
Brother
someone,
of
you must
Isaac.
know their name.
Indeed, I do. My name is Casimir. Casimir
Pleasure to meet you,
Velikov.
Casimir.
Please let me finish.
Sorry.
My name is Casimir. Casimir Velikov.
I'd have let you finish, but I didn't realize you had such a bullshit name. But anyway.
Well,
Rudolf von Richten.
Von Richten.
Let me finish.
Right, I know how to settle this.
A
Paper,
jewel.
scissors.
He moves to this chair. And he like nods to Lorem, like, move, Lorem, move.
Are we having an arm wrestle?
Let's play a 19-minute game of chess.
Indeed. Pawn. B1, B2, B4.
Rook to knight. F2.
All right, he holds out his hand
So embarrassing.
as an arm wrestle. Old man, what do you do?
I would like to pick a tribute.
No
and look at
tributes.
Lorem. Oh,
It's you and me, baby.
okay. Let's settle this, boy.
A secondant.
All right,
So just-
your hands clasped together. And the way it goes, the first one who wins 3 strength checks wins.
I love having -1 on strength.
Well, what is your strength?
Can't we have Arcana checks?
No, what is your strength?
Let's have an arm wrestle with the mind.
Can I
9
use
-1.
Lawmaster for this arm
9
wrestling
minus
match?
1. All right.
So,
That
master.
is the first one. And I will roll it in here, and it's also a -1. So you win the first bout. All right, next up.
Get wrecked, noob. Oh
wrecked,
yeah.
Nice.
Look, there's a little.
And
tick
you
box.
just slam his hand on the
Look, there's a little-
table.
Yeah.
There's a
That
tick
must
box
be
for
true,
the randomize on Cheat Engine. You don't keep rolling the same thing.
Sorry. I thought 15 would be about right not to be detected. So,
And
Yeah, see,
One under. One under. Unconspicuous.
He'll never know.
Yeah,
You'll never know.
Yeah, just split it down by one. It's good.
You win, and he says, "Well, old man, you're the better of me. Please,
I'm gonna give.
you're gonna
I'll let
give
you
what?
finish. I'm just gonna give him one of them looks of like, you, I like you. Like,
And he licks his lips as sensual as he can while he places.
Is that sensual, Sal? Because, dear God, man, you need to work on that.
Well, I've been in the same relationship for 16 years, so I'm a bit out of touch with the dating scene.
He does like this.
What the fuck is that?
Now I need a pee break.
God's sake, you
And
people
he
are-
pushes a canister of beer towards you and says, "I have to pee. Be right back."
Oh,
5-minute break.
yeah.
this Hennessy is fucking me up.
Also, bonus points for my shirt.
It almost looks like dynamite. Ding. Dong, dong. Oh.
Man, I need to get slightly drunk more often.
Hmm.
Like, edging drunkenness is really good.
Yeah, ain't no complaints for me. I'm the same way.
Dude, I had like 2 1-inch glasses of Hennessy and a can of beer, and I'm right here.
Telling you, Hennessy's really good mixed with some sweet tea.
I was about to mix it with a can of Coke, but it's a bit too late now for caffeine.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
Right, Joby, did you change? You did switch the angle or something. You can't.
Well, we were always pointed at the door, right?
No, we were pointed at
thought
the
so.
other door. There should be another door right behind him.
Oh, okay. I just see a door. I'm like, that's the same thing.
Maybe.
Hey, pretty boy.
Hey, good looking.
I tried
Hello.
messing on it. I tried whisper. But
What, to who? To Joe Barino.
Can you hear Joe? I can't hear
I
what
can
he's
hear
saying.
Joe. Well, he broke up a little bit, but
I don't know.
Who did you whisper to, Joe?
You.
Oh, sorry, I didn't say he whispers. It didn't make any sounds. Oh, not. Oh, was that a whisper? I was wondering what that was. I thought somebody had typed something.
No, I whispered it to you.
I don't understand the question. It's like,
Oh, it's because you're still +8.
oh, it's because I had a minute because I did my channel divinity before the fight to try and intimidate them. It adds my charisma modifier to my attack rolls for 1 minute. I just haven't turned it off yet.
I'm about to say, wait a second.
It was at the beginning of the fight. I asked Coins if he was happy for me to apply it before it was my turn. He said yes.
Oh, like, oh, did update break it?
Oh, Joby, we should do like a quick investigation together in the cart before we leave, so we don't like spend even more time on this shit. But
No.
we should have like a quick look.
I'd like to see if this
Get the
rug's
loot.
a magic carpet. Shh. I'm hoping it is. Fingers crossed.
Try to check for hidden compartments.
Well, he mentioned
Well-
in here some purple potions, a jewelry box, a bunch of coins, and a red potion.
Maybe Bex and Seraphim can check the cart while we're going away.
I must say, because I'm still sitting in the throne.
I thought the Fistani wasn't this Fistani the ones that had the potions that let you leave?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Maybe the potions are the ones we need to get out of here.
Yep.
But you need
Well,
a
they
Vistani
probably
to
are here,
identify them.
actually.
If so, that
Wait,
would
Joby,
be to find them, you know?
Means we
they
just
need to get away. They're traitors. They should have some.
You do realize what we've now done in that camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
What then?
We've scared off most people, killed a bunch of others, and now we're planning on stealing the livelihood and houses of the people that have fled, that are hoping to come back to it, while also torching all the rest.
Do you know what? I
Yeah.
am a bit concerned about one thing that we haven't actually thought about.
What
It
then?
is.
While Sal was bringing down meteorites, you are right, but these Vistani are still just travelers, right? Surely they'll
Yeah,
have
but they're evil.
Yeah, but surely they have children and families and stuff. They can't all just be a bunch of dudes going around, can they?
No, that's what I was asking with the fires. If the women and children were still inside or not. That's why I was
Because
asking.
yeah, he did say that when we first got here, he did say that they're children.
No, but
see his face.
he said as it got on fire, they all left. He said.
No, then everybody went away,
We didn't kill children this time.
right?
No,
You've
This
never
time,
the only child we attempt. Oh, the only child we
What?
attempted to murder, somebody threw out of a fucking window, and he still survived.
Yay! Good old Faustus. I miss him dearly.
That was that
you
possessed.
lot may actually be evil.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm on the side of righteousness.
Hey,
Right.
technically,
it's
so
hard.
am I.
It's hard to tell the difference between evil and righteous because they both sometimes are the same thing.
well, they look like
Nice
the same.
save there.
I'm sure Hitler thought he was being righteous. It's all in the.
Hitler
It's all,
did think he was right. It was disturbing.
It's
Drop
just
the
a murder
H-bomb,
of 6
man.
million people.
all in. Yeah, but it's all in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? It's all like a point of view.
This is
No.
true.
One man's hero,
Murdering
another
6
man's.
million
Coins,
people
you've
is
just been
objectively bad.
demonetized on YouTube.
One man's hero is another man's villain.
This is true.
I know.
No, Joby.
I didn't say he
But
was
you're-
right. I said I'm sure he thought he was right.
No. What you're talking about, in terms of D&D, is lawful evil.
No, I'm just talking about in general.
Which does remind me, I need to look something. Check something.
We're gonna get to Maisie Mountain though, right?
In 12
well,
sessions.
we've got cards now. The DM might want to, stop us, but we technically have cards now. Oh, he's back. Hi.
Hi.
The path to the mountain is only one stride.
We've got a war wagon that we have hitched up in the fucking marshes somewhere that has
Yeah.
a disused ballista on top of it.
True.
So are you going to get this mystical or mythical war wagon?
No,
So it might as well be on the moon.
I was.
We're gonna have to
Wow.
deliver Baba Lysaga at some point.
Every thought is important. Don't belittle me for my ideas.
I'm not belittling
And
you. I'm just.
D&D, bitch. Me.
Well, unless
And
you have
every
close
sperm is
enough,
sacred.
which is long.
Every firm is sacred.
Actually, I think you're fine.
Back to it.
So, Rudolph Lorm, you are in this cabin as the rest of the gang is approaching. Rest of the gang, what do you do? Or are you following the guard that yelled out?
We were
Yeah.
gonna check the wagons on the way down, but we just quick look,
Yeah,
see what they were.
I imagine we would have done that like in the meantime while
While
they
they
were
were
talking and
yeah.
stuff. Like we had several minutes to do so.
We had tea.
And an arm
Could I have
wrestle.
could I have a short rest since I had tea?
No.
Oh.
There's Luke's magical thinking again.
I mean, tea takes about an hour, having a lovely tea. They're searching a bunch of wagons.
Not
Well,
in
in the
Barovia.
They brought a good doctor back from
Wait.
that. So.
In the meantime, while they were having this conversation, we were checking the wagons and stuff. The two that we were going to take, I've hitched up to horses and moved them away from the burning ones so they don't catch a light in the meantime.
Right. As
'Cause
you're
they-
checking the other wagons, they are desolate. But mostly they're just living quarters.
So
Can I move away the ones then we want to take so they don't
Yeah.
catch a light? Because there's quite a few, right? I like now.
Yeah.
So what did we find in the like golden wagon?
Well, that depends. Did you really check it? Or did you just
that-
see, like, oh, look, gold, and just close the door?
No. Bex and I did an investigation while the other guys were talking.
Right? Well, in that case, Bax, you and Seraphim find a few things. Besides the unicorn rug,
Which is in my pocket.
I know it suits
Pocket
you.
also. I folded up and put it in my pocket.
You found a few potions, purple potions, about 12 of them.
We were having this conversation while you were gone. This is the Vistani that we were told about, that were the ones that travel in and out of the barrier, right?
As far as you know, every Vistani can travel in and out of the barrier.
But they do it via a potion.
They,
Or somebody sells potions, right, that allow you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we saw these potions at Madame Eva's cart. Do they resemble these?
Yeah, those were also purple.
I'd like to pocket a few.
Well, it's 12 of them. So how
Are
many
they-
do you want to pocket?
Are they loose? Are they like small vials in like a box, or
They're small vials.
just take? I just hold on to all of them, I guess.
All right, I'll put them
Unless
in.
you unless you don't want me to, Seraphim.
Well, I think
Okay.
best case we spread them out over the party, but as we are the only
For
two
now.
here,
For
Yeah.
that. But Unsucked here sat on his throne watching us go through this thing.
yeah, but we cannot communicate with him. He's distracted as fuck.
I think the safest place for them in the meantime is with me.
Sure.
And we leave the gold and the jewelry and anything else in the wagon.
All right.
Well, I want to know if there's anything else of interest. I'll cast a detect magic on top of it.
Well, you're casting
I
it.
just look like you poked the cat out of the monitor. That was
Yeah.
magic. That was pure
Look at my
magic.
magic trick.
Well,
Detect
you detect magic.
What?
You detect magic, and I will put everything in the party sheet.
Does anything stand out?
No.
Oh shit, those jewelry boxes are worth some gold.
Yeah, I say we keep all the treasure in the wagon, and
Yeah.
rather than like try and take it with us, as in like carry it. Except for the potions, I think they're too valuable to be leaving around.
You find 650 gold pieces and 1,200 electrum pieces.
We.
And again, electrum is less valuable than
Yeah,
gold.
yeah.
I think this hoard might go a long way into helping rebuild that town that suffered so many fires, some random fires.
Very
Don't you
random.
agree? Do you not agree, Seraphim, that those people have fallen in such hardship that maybe it might be worth them having this treasure in a small way,
Well,
rebuild what they have lost.
well, in another sense, if we can use it to rid this land of Strahd altogether, it might even bring them more joy in the end.
Don't think throwing money at a situation is going to resolve it.
Here,
I think
Strahd.
Strahd-
Here, you have 650 gold pieces. Please leave.
I think I believe that it would be well spent with these people, but as ever, everything we are a democracy, not a dictatorship. So, but it's just my thought.
I see the ornate potion, and as it has a shimmering red liquid when agitated, I'll take it to take a closer look at it because it's not identified right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the health. Only 'cause I'm
And I'll also take the other potions to fully identify them later on. Oh yeah, I have to drag them over
if
all.
you take
No,
the
if
one,
you take one and you press shift,
you take one, Seraphim. I'll look after the rest.
Oh, okay. I'll do it like this then, and like this.
And I should do. Just go about your business. I'll get down the end.
Is there anything else of interest, Ian?
not really. Like apart from the large wooden throne that Bax is not Bax, that Zucket is sitting on. There's nothing really of interest.
What is like? Is the throne Zucket is sitting on? Is it like being used? Like, is it placed as a usable item or as loot in the room?
Well, it's just a large wooden throne. You could potentially just move it if you want to.
Yeah. Is there like any markings on it or any like information we could deduce from it?
Not really.
Okay.
How does it feel, Zucket?
It was meant for me.
Keep it. Balls of war.
Nice and hard.
Wow.
So
Phrasing.
before we go back to Rudolph and Lorem, so just to have the story straight, Backsuck and I will have hitched a horse to this cart and another one. So we are ready to leave when we need to.
Yeah, away from the burning one.
All right. So you have two carts. One is the cart with Zucket inside it
treasure?
on his throne,
Yeah.
And one of them is like one of the living quarters.
And we'll use the horses that are here rather than our own horses.
All right, give me a nature check, Bax.
Sure.
You can tell that there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 24 draft horses and 6 riding horses.
So we use some of the draft horses on the cart.
Mm-hmm. How many?
Two per cart would seem sufficient. We're not trying to make drag races, are we?
No.
And then we'll use the riding horses so everyone's mounted to help mobility a little bit more. The rest we'll just release into the wild and just yar them out.
So 4 draft horses, and you take all 6 riding horses?
Yes. Because me and Suck have got our own, and that leaves 6 for everybody else. Meaning that we should all be mobile now.
Mm-hmm.
We can also hitch them up on the back of the carts to keep them fresh if we have to.
Can I ride my tiger?
Is your tiger a riding tiger?
It's a carnival tiger, so.
That does not.
So yes.
So yes, it's.
Sure, give me a nature check.
Come on, Rudolph. Come on, boy.
They're great.
Come on, please.
You can ride your
Get your
tiger.
Yes.
You can leave your friends behind.
Because if your friends can't dance, and
And if
they
they
can't
didn't dance,
dance,
then they're no friends of mine.
you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Sorry, can't help it. Safety dance, baby. So yeah, then we'll head down to meet the rest of them to see if Rudolph has gotten himself into a bit of a predicament.
Right, I'll just move all of you there. Even Sir Godfrey. You get inside. You get to know Mr. Casimir. He tells what he wants and if you guys want to accompany him. Or if he can tag along with you.
Can we
Well,
trust?
safety is in numbers, but trust is indeed the question, isn't it, Bax?
We have been burnt many times by the people here. How can we know that you won't betray us, turn on us, or indeed even a spy for Strahd, or Strahd himself?
I have lost my sister and my brother to the fates that Strahd put in motion. He has killed every woman that was part of my clan. My sister has been, for lack of a better word, abducted by him to serve as his concubine. These loud noises, they tell me that for some reason you do not have to worry to trust me. I have every right and every possible opportunity to hate this man you call Strahd von Zarevich.
Well, know this. If you do accompany us, the road ahead is hard and fraught with peril. You must be willing to fight with us and sacrifice yourself if need be.
Well,
If that is the case, then I have no objection.
I'll tell you now. The road ahead is empty. It is paved with miles of the unknown. But whatever seems to be your destination, you have to take life the way it comes and the way it is.
God damn, he's a hippie.
The horizon is in the distance, so close yet so far away.
Right, I'm out. I turn around and just give Suckett a high five and say, "You're in. I'm out.
Time to go.
I'm tagging out of this conversation. I'm out."
Assuming Casimir introduced himself, Seraphim says,
Casimir, I'd like to know, are you privy to any specific weaknesses of Strahd's?
No, but that is what I want to find out in the temple, besides trying to free my sister.
What do you think we are to encounter at the temple? We do not know much about it.
You shouldn't be surprised that when on arrival, the dream has flown away and the fears are not here to stay.
I'm
That
just
sounds
grabbing my
rather
loot and
cryptic.
start accompanying you.
God, you're not bad, are you? Oh my God, not again! Please, not again. As I'm leaving the house, can I just turn to Suckett and say quietly, "Why does Seraphim think everyone seems to know Strahd's weakness?"
Ask enough questions, please.
Maybe we should start asking more questions.
The questions I need are.
As am I. I'm concerned, though, that we may lose a few of them on the way.
Happen.
It's good to know that you have my back in the back of our friends. I will tell you this now, though. I will not lose you again. What are you doing? I don't understand what this is. What is this?
No kiss.
"No kiss."
You're,
No kiss.
you're a strange man, Suckett. But you're a good fighter. Come, let us leave. I'm sure they'll catch up with us.
All right, we're ready to hit the road.
Casimir, my friends, they seem to be a little bit distracted about the day-to-day necessities. I've heard that you have the items we need to safely go through a mountainous terrain to stay warm and the likes of it.
Well,
Could we rely on you for these items?
rely, well, the road ahead never gives any promise. The road ahead is a highway or a dead-end street. A dead-end street, but I can give you what you're looking for.
Good. We should pack up and leave then.
And he moves towards, like, he has a big closet, and he just takes out a lot of warm clothing, like the same you had in the mosque. It's either brown or white, whichever you want.
Is it camouflage?
Brown or white. And
It's brown or white, yes.
These things are gonna die now.
and he gives Joe a sniper rifle. Joe turns very quiet, as he did when we were playing Daisy on a mosque. No, but he gives you a lot of, like, warm clothing, and he looks at Trish, who was also there. And
Yeah.
like, no, I think I have some child's clothing that you may fit.
No, she already taken the other Vistani's warm clothing, didn't they?
No, he was wearing a fine coat. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean it was
Ah.
a winter coat.
And he looks at Sir Godfrey. and says, "I do not know if there's a way to keep your cold body warm in these highlands. I can tell by just looking at you that you are dead. Dead, alive again. I heard that one of them had a tiger. Maybe the tiger can keep you warm. But you might freeze up there."
Godfrey, do you feel the cold?
"I do not know, but it is always a balmy 20 degrees out here. But if it goes into the minus, I do not know what will happen.
Do you want to stay behind?
I do not want to, but I am not sure that what this man says. If I go up there, I might freeze. I will not die, but I will freeze."
Perhaps it might be worth you waiting here for us to return. To discourage anyone who may come after.
Bax, it's sad to say so, but Sukkot would have the same problem, wouldn't he?
Indeed he would.
Either we find a solution, or we have to leave a valuable party member behind or two.
Well, surely keeping them inside these are livable wagons that we have with stoves. Can we not just keep a fire going to keep them warm?
Yeah, but there seems to be the problem with a beastie that's roaming around up there.
But that doesn't negate the fact that we have to keep them warm, and we can keep them warm inside the barrel.
Yes, but cards may attract a lot of attention and may kind of
It
look
also
like
mean-
a wooden snack box.
There is nothing.
It also means they can't go out. So, like, it's the same problem. Like, if we leave them in the cart, it's the same as not bringing them.
Well,
Seraphin, is your detect magic still on?
Yes, it is.
You.
Or it would have been as I walked in here because it's at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I have a solution.
Nothing. Oh, Luke, tell us.
Tell us. So, Sir Godfrey, do you trust me?
I do not know, but
I'm gonna poke his face, the flesh, just like the dead flesh, because it's just unnatural.
It's cold to the touch.
So, Sir Godfrey, we need to keep you warm, and your flesh isn't exactly alive. So, what I say is, it might sound horrific to start with, but I have your interest at heart. If we just drag your frozen body along with us, I'll strap you to Tony myself. Keep you slightly a bit above normal temperature. Then when the fighting kicks off, I'll cut you loose. I'll set you on fire.
Don't we have armor anywhere that we can just heat up in the carts and then put it on him as we start fighting?
takes 10 minutes to don armor.
Still a
Yeah,
valid option.
We could just wait a couple of 100 years for global warming to kick in and maybe rise temperature.
But as I say, I'll set him on fire, he'll warm up, and then I'll heal him. He'll have a fight, and then he'll freeze again, and we'll just strap him back to Gary or whatever, just drag him along the floor, it'll be fine.
Guys, the DM was about to suggest something, so if we just listen to what he has to say
But sometimes
instead of
just
ludicrous
Yeah,
ideas.
But
not
I want to
ludicrous,
drag Sir
sometimes
Godfrey along and then just set him on fire when we need him.
it's not ludicrous. Sometimes it's just fun just to spitball ideas because you never know what's going to come out of it.
It's only a scorching ray, it won't hurt him that much. It's fire
It
damage,
will
not radiant, so he'll be fine.
It will hurt him 6d6 fire damage, Luke.
But it's not radiant, so he wouldn't die.
No, it's
And
not
his-
radiant, it's
his
not
burning
radiant.
corpse could keep sucking in the fire.
Only scorching
God,
ray. Scorching
guys.
ray's a cantrip.
Might
got
be
scorching
extra
rays, can't you?
beneficial.
Let's see what he...
Can I please ask the DM what he was suggesting that my detect
2d8
magic
he'd
was
survive
seeing?
that.
Your detect magic is like on Casimir's hand. He was doing like this when he was talking about the cold. and you can tell that he has a ring around his ring finger.
What is that exactly, Casimir?
And I point to the ring.
It's like a golden ring. And he's like, this is my special ring. I have only one of them.
What is it?
It keeps me warm in the cold night.
Well, maybe it's a bit forward, but we can keep ourselves warm in the clothing we are bringing, but if we are able to bring Zaked or Sir Godfrey along, or preferably both of them, we would be at an advantage, I think.
Persuasion check with advantage.
Here comes a +8. Ew. Well, still 17.
Still 17. And he is like, there is safety in numbers, quite. But I have only one ring and you have two of these undead with you. I have to say, I'm quite reluctant. I know that the goal, it is hallowing the means, but I am still reluctant. I have
Well,
only one
let
and
me-
I can give it to one of them.
Let me put it like this. Many of us have had dreams about the place we are visiting, including Zaked. Sir Godfrey would be well capable to protect the carts and stay warm there, and protect our means of getting out of that place if the poop hits the fan, so to say, metaphorically. In that way, we could guarantee someone with knowledge about the place, a personal goal to achieve there, just like you, just like the rest of us. And as the ring might keep you warm and therefore safe, Zakut's presence might keep you safe as well.
Well,
I think it's worthwhile.
you say this, but as you drive your light into the darkness, uncertainty will be your guide.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I will just say that the road ahead is probably empty and paved with mouths of the unknown.
Wouldn't you rather have a friend along then?
I think we have to take life the way it comes and the way it is.
Indeed. And as we came onto your path, Zakut was one of us. I would not miss him. He has saved my life more than once. He has stood in between myself and the danger I confronted. I could not have done this without him or any of the members of this party. I think if you wish to achieve whatever you want to achieve there, we all need to go there.
So please make up your mind.
This is
Do
no
I
time for
say
singing.
it one more time?
This is no time for singing, Lorem. This is a serious conversation. Thank you. He takes off his ring and hands it to you, Seraphim.
I thank you for your trust. We will not soil it.
He shivers as it's off. Like, for the first time in years, he feels cold.
It
Can
might be
I?
worth Godfrey then either waiting here or going back to his chapter and waiting for us to return.
Well, he could stay in the cart and stay warm and protect it that way, right?
Which cart?
The cart we are taking.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
set him
sure.
on fire.
We're not setting him on fire.
Why not? It's only 2d8.
No, but I imagine, like,
So my perspective on this is the following: we may have the safety of the carts coming up, and we have a lot of warmth we can keep as we go up the mountain. We only have to confront the cold when we get out, which means we have, if we keep the carts safe, we won't have the problem of having to flee or leave and not having the carts and therefore confront the cold even longer. I think having him in the carts is a safety measure we might actually need.
Well, logistically speaking, we have more than just that to confront the code, because we have 6 riding horses that people would either need to ride or hitch up. Plus, you have the 3 people outside of the carts having to drive them up in the first place.
Yes. But we can have shifts. We only have to confront the cold so long.
Mm.
Do you have any objections to bringing Godfrey along?
I'm a little bit apprehensive about keeping him around after what he just recently done. He's proven himself an asset, but also a liability.
To that I agree. Sir Godfrey, can you
Yes.
assure us? Can you assure us to remain a bit more confronting the next obstacle we have to confront?
I will do as I please. I will think that anything that my means and my reasoning is beyond your understanding. I have lived for centuries, eons maybe, and I do as I please because I believe in my heart of hearts that every step brings me closer to the release of my love.
Yes. But there's one thing. This party has gotten this far because of the trust we have in each other and the way we cooperate in a, as Bax called it, a democratic way. And even though we have different opinions on how we should approach problems, we always come to a decision together. And we will not tolerate any single person going out of their way and disagreeing with the rest of the group.
and I look at Bax with our like mutual understanding on the subject.
Can I look at Godfrey and see, just like, I've never really looked at him, but what's he actually wearing? He's wearing armor, right?
Yeah.
Has he got any emblems or pictures or anything on them?
A silver dragon on the chest. What's it called? Like the cuirass.
Emblem.
Breastplate.
Yeah,
Oh, right. Yeah.
the breastplate. Silver dragon on the breastplate.
Nothing else.
Well, he has on his pauldrons. He has a few silver dragons. His sword has a heron on his blade.
Okay. He's got no skulls or like bones or anything on them.
Apart from the one he is sporting on top of his neck, no.
Okay.
Does Sir Godfrey react to what Seraphim just said?
I am not sure that I can be of much service to you in this cold environment. I believe that if the cold is deep enough, it will chill me to my bones, but I will try to do my best. Maybe if I can have a bit of a heat source, a living heat source that I can clamp on.
Casimir, if Sir Godfrey would be to remain on a horse, would the heat of the horse be sufficient for Sir Godfrey to survive the cold?
He would have to be inside it, I think. And I thought they smelled bad on the outside. But I do not think that just a mere horse would be enough to warm him. You could theoretically place him inside one of the carts and stoke the fire pretty high. He would be of use. And he looks at Sir Godfrey like reluctantly, because of use, like it says to Sir Godfrey, and he thinks it says to Sir Godfrey that Sir Godfrey is a tool to be used and cast away. He would be of use for a few seconds, 6 maybe 12, before he would freeze over.
Well,
I
in
say-
that case,
I say we just bring him with us, regardless, even if he is unable to accompany us into battle. At least he'll still be with us for when he does warm up, because he will not succumb to the code. So
yes.
I say we really must press on. We have everything we need. It is time for us to leave.
One more thing, Casimir. You seem able enough in the adventuring ways. If one would be inclined to, in a metaphorical way, give you yourself a class to which you would confirm, what would that be?
I'm basically like trying to figure out what kind of fighter he is, or adventurer, really.
He looks reluctantly, and he looks at you, and you see his lips move and his hand like wave a bit, and you feel something pinch your buttocks.
I I use subtle spell, so I don't even move my hands, and I pinch them back, and I say,
Yeah,
I understand.
and he just nods his head.
Good. Good.
Can we leave
"That's
now?
a good addition."
Can we go now?
You can certainly go, but tell me, what are you doing? You have 2 cards.
3.
Where did the third one come from?
Richtons?
Rudolph's
Richten's card.
All right,
the tie,
with the
plus the
tiger
2
inside.
Yes.
Right.
with the 2 carts and the draft horses and the 6 riding horse.
All right.
Just
So,
logistically, how many people fit in a cart?
what with the Vistani cards? Like
Yeah.
inside, you could fit 3 people, and there would be one sitting at the reins.
Yeah.
Is that
But if
3
we need
plus
to-
the guide reins, or 2 plus, like 3 in total?
3 inside, 1 on the reins.
Okay, so 4. Yeah.
Yeah, but if we need to shelter, we can shelter 6 people right now, right?
But
Yeah.
we also have tents.
But we
that
have
we've
7.
got. Yeah, but we have a tent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but cold. We need to like have
Fire.
the carts can have fires in them. Like you cannot put a fire in a tent.
Yeah, but you
Well, I'll sleep with my tiger.
can't really take a 4th cart.
No, but it's important to like better know right now than. But You can sleep in the cart with your tiger. Well,
Don't
Well, if
forget
I have
about
to-
Trish.
Stuckett has a ring that he won't.
yeah,
do,
that's
right?
what I'm saying.
Like I don't.
We haven't even asked Lorem if he's coming with us. We've just rescued him, but
We're just assuming he's coming with us.
you're coming with us, boy.
Well, technically, I already swore my allegiance to Casimir. Told him
Yeah.
that I would help him with whatever. So I'm coming if he's coming.
He is coming.
Rick
He
didn't
wants
ride
to save his
Tiger,
sister.
right?
So 1, 2,
What's
3,
that?
4, 5,
Rick
6.
Tim's gonna ride his tiger.
Yes, but
Yeah, but we're
Rudolph-
still thinking about like.
Well, why don't we just
Good.
take another cart then?
Yeah, but we can solve this easily. Rudolph, do you actually need to bring your tiger? You could leave it here or somewhere close and
Well, I'm thinking of warmth for me at night, and totally that. Hold on, let me
Yes,
get the NPC sheet. Has not been shared with me.
that's my
anymore.
point. We could bring one of these carts instead of the tiger cart, and that would house 3 people.
Why would it make any difference if we? Hang on, if he's riding.
Is your tiger strong as fuck and you want to take it with us?
Whoa, dude!
Why would it make?
Please
any
don't do that.
Why would it make any difference if he's riding his tiger? His tiger won't be in the carriage, in the cage. So that cart.
No,
would
I'll be dragging it along with me. Well, no, because
Exactly,
the
so
cart.
the
I
cage
assume the
would be
cart's already got horses because it's been going everywhere.
So the cage will be empty, meaning that you'd still have the space that you're requiring in the extra cart.
Yeah, but there is no hearth in the cart of von Richten. So it's cold.
So we just take we leave that cart and we'll take a different one. It's still only
Yeah,
three
that's what I
carts.
mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Take. Shoot.
free.
Like the situation I imagine is that so von Richten takes another cart. He can sleep with the tiger in there if he wants to. That's not a problem. But we might have one person too many otherwise, and also we might find another person that we need to take with us. So like I'd prefer to have a little bit of leeway, so to say. Like if we find a person at the temple we want to take with us, for example, it's better to have like a spare space.
But
Well,
the
that's
more
9
carts-
people, so we need 3 carts.
Yeah,
So, yeah, 3 carts. Yeah, 3 carts would be more than ample then.
there you go.
What
We
if
have
he
three
also
cars?
takes several spare horses?
We already are. We're already taking like 6 riding horses with us.
We're taking the riding horses with us, yeah.
Very good.
We've become a buffet, haven't we?
Casimir, would Zucked, together with the ring, be able to withstand the weather outside of a cart?
I think so, but I'm not quite sure.
One way to find out.
Indeed, there's only one way to find out, and without the ring, he would be surely freezing over.
Okay. In that case, we should bring a lot of firewood. Just so we can put the fires on when we need to.
So an extra cart for the firewood.
No,
No,
just drop
just
it to the roof.
just
The more
fill
carts we take, the more people have to be outside to ride them.
exactly, yeah.
3
Just
isn't enough.
fill up enough firewood for a couple of nights or something. But just be mindful we actually take it with us.
Also, maybe just some axes cut down stuff on the way
Yes.
up.
Yeah, I was going to
Done.
say, assume there's trees on the way.
All right.
I know how the DM has asked us, did you think about it beforehand? So I'm just
Also,
thinking about it.
May I just point out that none of you have eaten in days. That perhaps we should.
I
take
have
some food
rations.
with us.
I
Maybe we
just had a
should
cup
take-
of tea.
Maybe we should take some food with us.
Right. So this-
Well, we did actually eat in the tower because Trish and I brought some food with us.
Food and wine.
I have a
got
neat. I have
rations
a.
on, but
I have a
don't.
nifty. I have
Can
a nifty
we-
trick I can use as well when it comes to food and drink, which I'm
Oh.
dying to use.
Can we think of anything else we would want to take with us? So we don't die.
Climbing equipment.
Our wits and our brains. I mean, we're just going up a mountain. We're not traversing the planet. I think what we have is enough.
Joby, having slept on top of a mountain myself, Sal,
Yeah. No. You never have enough warm stuff.
no, It will fuck you up,
Trust me.
even in the
Trust
middle
us
of summer.
in this case. Just
It's
imagine
settled
being
then,
near the
let's go.
top and clouds rolling in all over you. You're drenched in no
Yes.
time.
Yes. Okay, I
Are
think
we
we're
ending?
ready.
We're ready to go.
Right, you have everything you need.
Yeah, we collect some firewood, some extra firewood. We put it
Mhm.
in the 2 carts, the 3 Vistani carts now. Just
A few in the saddlebags on the riding horses.
Yeah, I don't think Luke's card is a Vistani card, to be honest.
no, but we're switching it out.
Yeah, we're switching it out for one of the other carts.
Oh.
Come on, Tony. Come on.
Because the
Like he
tiger.
can sleep. He can sleep in the Vistani cart with his tiger if he wishes so.
All right. So 3 Vistani cards are moving out with draft
Yes.
horses and riding horses alongside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Being
in the
towed along.
meanwhile, everyone will either be riding a cart or a riding horse. So
My
we have like
idea is-
maximum. Shit.
All right.
My idea is
So
the horse-
it's Trish, Bax, Casimir, Godfrey, Zucket, Rudolph, Seraphim, and Lorem.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Tony.
And Tony. All right. And you guys are confident that
No.
you
Of course
can take
not.
this on?
We can certainly
have-
try.
We have the clothing. We have the carts with the firewood. We have the supplies we need. I think we have someone who knows, or at least Casimir seems to know a little bit about the place. We know where to go, so I think we're.
You can
Like,
show
I
us
don't
the
know,
way.
whatever.
Hey, there's Tony.
Like, just asking
Yes, Tony.
upfront, DM. Like, maybe we're not. I have a feeling we thought about the obvious, giving the mechanics we're talking about. Like, if you're saying like you guys need to bring water, like sure we bring water, but
No. Like, like
Melt
the
snow.
whole food and water thing. Like, we haven't done this up until now. I'm not gonna put you through rashes and everything.
no. But like, if there's other mechanics, because you haven't alluded basically to any
I know.
other mechanics we
I
have
know.
to.
You have warm clothing. You have
Mm-hmm.
3 Vistani carts. You have a lot of horses. If you feel like you're good to go, then you're good to go.
Well, we've
Yeah,
got axes
maybe
as
one
well.
thing-
And being...
Yeah, so like some tools we find
Mm.
around the place that might
We've
be
been
handy
living
for
as
making camp.
adventurers. We've been living as adventurers for quite some time. You know, survival stuff like that, I'd imagine, is like second nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine you
I'd
have
also-
rope and pythons and stuff.
Just
Your
the general-
bags.
We're more than capable of camping, aren't we? Because we've been doing it quite some
If
time.
I see like some horse blankets laying around, I throw them in a cart for the horses because they might not be.
Yeah, there are a few
Uh,
horse blankets as well.
Yeah, just for like having them a bit more resistant to the cold.
All right.
And if it gets
Most of
really,
them-
really, really bad, we could just cut the riding horses' stomachs and sleep inside them like Star Wars kind of style.
And
Right,
I
so,
thought they
question
smelled
to the
bad
DM.
on the outside.
Right, we don't know
Question
them.
to the DM.
Yep.
Sorry. While we're riding with those cards, can the people that are inside the cars have a short rest?
Sure.
If we're gonna be taking shifts. So.
I think all of you can have a short rest. Or even a long
Quickly
rest.
use your hit down.
As you
Yeah, have a
are.
long rest. Yeah.
It takes a while for you to go back up on the trail and move up to like the road that leads you to Mount Gakis. Takes about, well, let's say 12 hours to get there, so you alternate the people that are driving the carts and the people that are sleeping. And you get to a little split here. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you head up this little trail. And as you look up, the people that are driving the carts, you can tell that this is gonna be harrowing. This is a large mountain, a high mountain. It reaches up into the clouds. There is snow-covered peaks. And as you see them, you are glad that you went to this camp to get the warm clothing. Zagat, you are looking at these snow-covered peaks and like almost subconsciously brandishing with your finger this warm ring of warmth, because you know that you have no body heat, being undead basically.
Mm-hmm.
And as you set off on this trail, you come across a large forest to your right hand side. Everybody give me a perception check. What's the for?
Yeah, well, I was about to ask. I wanted to let you finish, but I wanted to ask Casimir while we are on the way.
Thank you.
What he knows about. He was talking about the beast we would encounter on our way
Yeah.
there.
Indeed,
I would ask
and
him about.
as everybody's rolling his perception, all of you see a little pool of red grassy snow next to this forest. And as your carts move past it, you guys look up and you see in the trees the mangled remains of what looks like a cow. And we'll see each other next week.
Ooh.
We did just have a long rest then, right?
You did.